Okay, let's consider a couple of geometric sequences. I'm sure there are different ways of saying this, different ways of seeing this. What I do notice, what you notice about all of the numbers that are not mysterious, is that they're all negative. Okay, so they're all negative. We're not alternating from negative to positive, which tells me that the missing terms will also be negative. Okay, so if they're all negative, that doesn't really set them apart. Now that we know how they're the same, let's see how they're different. Well, we are going from 1 to 3, if I forget about the negative. And then we're going from something to 27, and 27 to something else. Not thinking about the negative part, to get from 1 to 3, that number is increasing. And if we're increasing, appropriate operations would be, say, addition or multiplication. Now, to get from 1 to 3, I could add 2, but then to get to the next thing, I would add 2 again, and I really just don't see how we're going to get to 27. So this first thought is not working out. Another way to get to larger numbers, if I don't think about the negative, would be multiplication. To get from 1 to 3, I would multiply by 3. And then if we continue this pattern, if I take that result 3 and I multiply it by 3, that would give me 9. If I continue doing so, that 9 times 3 would make, 27. And so we've got to go a little bit more. 1, 3, next would be 9, well, a negative 9. After that, negative 27. After that, it's negative what? 27 times 3. It's 81. This must be it. And remember that, 3, 27, even 1, they are powers of 3. Okay, so if I had to get to larger numbers, I checked addition, I checked multiplication. If I have to get to smaller, I would check subtraction and check division. Okay, well now I'm going from larger numbers to smaller. I could try subtraction. 1024, take away 256. Oh, I don't even know. Help a girl. That difference is 768. If I continue trying this, 256, take away 64. Oh, what would that be? I don't know. Maybe 192. I'm not sure. Somebody help. I really just don't see it here. Subtraction isn't working out for me. And if it isn't, let's try division. So, 1024 divided by what? Call it x, is going to make 256. Now, I could solve this a proper way. I could solve it a street way. I could solve it with guessing and checking. 1024 divided by 2. No, that's not good. Okay. 1024 divided by 3. Something. No, I don't like that. Okay, stop it. Let's try 4. 1024 divided by 4. Hey, that's 256. 1024 divided by 4 is 256. 256 divided by 4 is 64. Let's keep doing this. How about 64 divided by 4? That would give us 16. And if we keep on, 16 divided by 4, well, that is 4. Now that I've done this, I realize that my method might not have worked for everyone. I didn't feel like getting into something long. We played guess and check, but there are other ideas. I didn't want to solve an equation that involved a fraction. I was trying to think of what number to divide by, but we could look from the other perspective. We could say, well, what if instead we were going this way? If we're going that way, the numbers are getting bigger. And I'm asking 64 times what would make 256? That's not uncomfortable to solve. I would undo division with multiplication and find, okay, well, either I'm dividing by 4 going that way as the numbers are getting smaller, or I'm multiplying by 4 as the numbers are getting bigger. But 4 will be our common ratio. Okay? So, again, like we said before, 1024 divided by 4 makes 256. 256 divided by 4 makes 64. 64 divided by 4 is 16. Do it one more time. Divided by 4. It is 4. That's our answer.